Question number 5, Paul Fostervall.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question is to the Minister of Housing and asks, what initiatives has the government recently taken to assist first home buyers and ensure more lower-cost homes are being built?
Honourable Dr Nick Smith.
Mr Speaker, this morning we turned the first sod on the 30 million plus 150 home redevelopment at Pomare. This community that has had more than its fair share of gang and crime problems is a good illustration of why we need to reform our historic approach to state housing. The new development will provide good quality, low-cost homes for sale that will open the door for 110 families to home ownership. The remaining 40 homes will be split between the community housing providers like Accessible Housing, the Wellington Housing Trust and Housing New Zealand. I am confident that this remodelled community will deliver far better social outcomes for the future.
Supplementary.
Supplementary question, Paul Fostervall.
Thank you, sir. Supplementary to the Minister. What reports has the Minister had on the government's initiatives that took effect on the 1st of October in expanding welcome home loans and the KiwiSaver first home deposit subsidy?
Speaker.
Honourable Dr Nick Smith.
Mr Speaker, there's been a big increase in the number of first home buyers accessing welcome home loans, particularly in Auckland and Christchurch, where we increased eligibility by $85,000 and $100,000 respectively. The numbers have doubled to 47 per week, are at an all-time high since the scheme was established more than a decade ago. I'm also encouraged that 3 further major banks that were previously outside the scheme have now applied to join, and this will in time expand the number of first home buyers accessing the Welcome Home Loan Scheme. Also, the growth in the uptake of the KiwiSaver first home deposit subsidy arises because we have lifted both the income and house price caps. This initiative is helping first home buyers and is complementing the Reserve Bank concerns about low deposit lending.
Supplementary question, Phil Twyford.
Why, if his government is so concerned about the housing crisis, has it, as the Salvation Army has reported today, cut the annual capital contribution to Housing New Zealand in half and pulled nearly $500 million in dividends out of Housing New Zealand, resulting in a net $142 million withdrawal of funds, in the middle of a housing crisis when there are 4,000 families on waiting lists and government agencies referring people to live in campgrounds? And will he confirm that the government has been squeezing the lifeblood out of Housing New Zealand to pay for National's tax cuts?
Honourable Dr Nick Smith.
Mr Speaker, the members' numbers are all wrong. The government is investing a record $2.9 billion in Housing New Zealand over the next 3 years, and I challenge the member opposite to find any period of Labor government where that sort of investment has taken place in Housing New Zealand, and the development that we launched this morning in Pomare is just a classic example of the major investment that we are making in improving the quality of our social housing.
Point of order, Phil Twyford.
I seek the leave of the House to table the report by the Salvation Army, which details a $142 million net withdrawal.
Order. Seeking leave to table a document is a matter of briefly describing the document. It's not about making a political point. Now, what I just need to check before I put the leave, is it a document that's been circulated and is freely available to members of Parliament?
Mr Speaker, the report has only been released in the last hour. It is not publicly available to everybody yet, and it directly pertains to the information that Minister challenged.
The easiest way to move this forward is accepting what the member has said. I will put the leave. It's over to the House. Leave is sought to table that particular report. Is there any objection? There is none. It can be tabled. Supplementary question, Paul Fostervall.
Thank you, sir. Further to the Minister. What interest has there been in the government's First Home initiative?
Speaker.
Honourable Dr Nick Smith.
Mr Speaker, there's been 14,000 viewings on the website and over 1,000 phone and email inquiries for the scheme, designed to give preference to first home buyers of surplus properties in provincial New Zealand. Sales have been completed in Otahonga, Napier, Martin, Foxton, Lifton, Picton, Blenheim, Timaru, Cromwell, Dunedin and Invercargill. I've been heartened by letters from first home purchasers, like the one I received from the family in Invercargill, and I quote, "It's a dream I never expected to attain, and I'll never forget that I've been given this opportunity to own my own home for myself and my son."
Question number 6, Dr. Russell Norman.
Thank you, Mr.